So what I want to do in this movie is to create one of these straight section edge pieces for our modular environment. Right now you can see we've got this kind of quad floor. We have this on the second layer and we can tile and repeat this as many times as we want, but there will come a point where we want to have a wall section. And it's going to be a straight wall section. We're also going to have a corner piece that we've seen as well. But right now I just want to focus on creating the straight wall section piece that will be used to mark the edges of the floor. So let's return back to our base tile and we're going to clone in another tile. So I'm going to make sure this base tile is selected. Again, it has that orange border drawn around it, and press Ctrl D on the keyboard to create a duplicate. And then I'm going to press Enter on the keyboard to accept the position. This is the new position of the duplicate, and again it's exactly over the top of the original cube. And I'm going to move this to the third layer here. So I'm going to select Object, Move to Layer, and select the third layer. I'm then going to jump over to that third layer so we can see that we've got this piece here, and we can come in and start modeling the floor piece from this. Now, the first thing I want to do is to delete the ceiling, because the modular environment we're creating is not really going to be for a first-person type game. We're going to have something maybe like an isometric kind of game where the camera's zoomed out here, and in those sorts of games we don't need a ceiling piece at all. So I'm going to enter edit mode here by pressing Tab on the keyboard and select the ceiling piece, and just press Delete on the keyboard and select Faces to delete the ceiling face. What I want to do then really is to start modeling the wall section. Now we know that we don't need this half of the cube at all. We're just modeling one half here. But not just that. I'm going to create the wall piece, but it's going to actually be based on a quad section. So I don't even need this half of the wall. I just need this quad section here. And when I want to create the other half of this floor piece, this wall piece, I'm just going to mirror this in. We'll see how that works. So let's get started at sort of chopping apart this tile. So I want to put a dividing line through the center this way and through the center that way, and to do that I'm going to insert some edge loops. So I'm going to press the Tab key to bring this object into edit mode. And again I'm going to move over to this panel here, and you'll see that we have this tool, Loop, Cut and Slide. And it allows us to insert edge loops into the model. So I'm going to choose Loop Cut and bring the edge loop here and click, and then press Enter on the keyboard. If I don't press Enter on the keyboard, I end up sliding the edge loop to all kinds of other places. If that happens, that's okay. You can just click to position the edge loop, and if you want to bring that back to the center, you can just move here where it says Factor, and I can just change that to 0 to reposition that back to the center of the cube. So we've inserted one edge loop here, and I want to insert another one across here. So I'm going to insert another edge loop here, press Enter on the keyboard to insert that there. So now I've created this piece here, and I can start removing the pieces that we don't need. So I'm going to right click and choose Face Mode, and select all of these faces here and press Delete on the keyboard to remove them. And again I'm going to come over to here and delete all of these faces as well, and press Delete for those faces. And I'm going to press this Delete on this face too, because what we're creating is a straight wall section that's going to tile all the way through here, so we don't want a wall piece there. So I've got the basic structure in place for our wall section. But of course, just having these two faces like this is a bit bland. We're going to want to come in and start refining this model and adding extra detail, and we're going to be doing that next.